Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series. And it looks like Colorless Eldrazi versus Grixis Mill. So far Mill has 2 Sphinx's Tutelage. He's currently tapped for 3 mana, possibly AFK. Nope. Reality Shift on Eldrazi Mimic. Gives him a Manifest token. No, it was Hangerback Walker, excuse me. He exiled Hangerback Walker. Gives him a Manifest token, Mimic triggers. And back to Eldrazi. Throws down a Reality Smasher. That will activate the Mimic and turn him into a 5/5. And this will be a 12 damage swing. Unless he has another Reality Shift in his hand. Or maybe a Fiery Impulse to kill the Manifest. Nope. He takes the full 12 and goes down to 6. Both non-land cards that share a color. Okay, so he's never going to get extra cards off of this deck because it's Colorless Eldrazi. But he is milling 4 cards a turn minimum. But he has much more pressing problems. The fact that he's on 6 life and his opponent has lethal on the board. So, 2 land, Spatial Contortion, and Endless One. Painful Truths takes himself down to 3, and that will mill a lot of cards. 2 cards for every one, 4 cards for every one that he just drew, so that's 12 cards milled. But there's no way he can mill off 26 cards here on 3 mana. Despise. Not gonna help you. Gets rid of an Oblivion Sower, leaves him with Eldrazi Mimic, and he concedes. I didn't quite realize how many cards a double tutelage could do just off of drawing 3 cards. Let's go to game 2. I don't know if Mill can handle a deck like this at all, but I like the looks of this. It has possibilities. Alright, Matter Reshaper on turn 3 from the Eldrazi deck. Now, the Mill deck, he is running Grixis colors, so he has access to plenty of cards that can deal with smaller creatures, or big ones, because, black can kill creatures straight out. So, Matter Reshaper is just a simple answer requirement, like Wild Slash, Fiery Impulse. Sphinx's Tutelage on turn 3. That's a pretty good start for the... I was about to call it a ramp deck. Mill deck. This is pretty much the key to his entire deck, is being able to have this card in play. So, Eldrazi attacks in for 3 with the Matter Reshaper. That's 3 damage, and Grixis goes down to 18. Second main phase, Eldrazi throws down... Mimic? Nope, Hangerback Walker for 1. It can't tap this turn. What is that instant? The, I can't remember what it's called. Basically the Eldrazi charm. Counter target sorcery, make a Scion token, or exile target creature with power or toughness of 1. So, Mill hits the Matter Reshaper with a Wild Slash. Which reveals Seagate Wreckage. Which, not a bad thing for Mill. He hit a land. It could have been worse. He could have hit something like a Mimic or another Matter Reshaper. That's what I was thinking of. Warping Whale. Oh, and a Reality Smasher. That is just a brutal card against this Mill deck. Because unless he has a card to deal with it, and a card to discard, Reality Smasher is just going to wreck his face. Tax in for 6 with the Smasher and the Scion token, holding back the Hangerback Walker, most likely so that he can bump it at the end of turn or bump it in response. And it doesn't look like any response from Grixis. He's going to take the 6 damage and go down to 12. And pass the turn for Eldrazi. So back to Mill, who will have 5 mana if he plays a land that comes into play untapped. If it's black, he could play Languish or Crux of Fate. Kozilek's Return wouldn't be too bad. It would get rid of the Hangerback Walker and the Scion. But he'd be able to respond, so he'd get 2 Thopters out of the deal. So Painful Truce for 3 takes him down to 9. Mills off 6 cards. End of turn puts a counter on Hangerback Walker. I was half expecting the Grixis deck to respond to the buff at the end of turn, because he tapped for a red mana and then decided not to. And I thought he might Fiery Impulse or Wild Slash the Hangerback Walker in response, so that he'd only get 1 Thopter token. Eldrazi casts another Reality Smasher, and Mill concedes. You know, it looks like he just doesn't have enough control element. We didn't see any board clear option from him. He might not be running enough black. Murderous Cut, Ruinous Path, Ultimate Price, though not against this deck. Fiery Impulse, Wild Slash, Kozilek's Return, even Crush of Tentacles would be another good option for him. But we didn't see any of it, and to make a Mill deck work in such an aggressive standard environment, you need elements like that. But I guess that's just the way it goes for this guy. That was Grixis Mill versus Colorless Eldrazi, and if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.